सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. In Krishna Avataram, the Ulukala Bandhanam is something that captivated our hearts. But what happened to Gokulam after that? This is what is told in Dashakam number 49. Bhavat Prabhava Vidurahi Gopaha Taru Prapatadikamatra Goshthe Ahetu Mutpata Ganam Vishankya Prayatu Manyatra Manovitenuhu. He Gopaha Bhavat Prabhava Aviduraha. The Gopas who were not aware of your Vaibhavam Krishna, you are Sakshat Paramatma, but they didn't know of this. So they were ignorant of your glory. Bhavat Prabhava Aviduraha. They didn't know. They had no knowledge of it. Tatate Vishankya. For that very reason, they were suspecting on what? Taru Prapadadikam. Taru Prapadadikam. Those two trees which have been there for generations, centuries, they fell. So from that event, and attached to that are other events. For example, they were able to recollect how a lady who had come to feed Krishna turned up to be a Rakshasi called Putana. An insentient martyr such as a Shakatam, a cart which was placed next to him, turned into pieces, of many of which in smithereens they were not, some of which were not even spotted. What happened to the rest, people didn't know. On the other hand is a tornado called Trinavarta who became so weak all of a sudden, dropped Krishna and went. Then came the two trees, and those two trees fell. With one incident after the other, and that too the pinnacle was the falling of the two trees. Taru Prapadadikam. So he says, with this and others, Ahetum Atra Goshte, for no reason. They thought there is no reason. Why did the two trees fall? Is it some cyclone, hurricane, thunder? Nothing. They fell on their own. How can this happen? A lady who has to give milk, who has to feed, how did she develop this habit of killing children? Why did she have to come kill only Krishna? All these questions were coming in their minds. Ahetum, atra goshte, hetu, reason. Ahetu, there is no reason. Atra goshte, in this particular hamlet called Gokulam, utpata ganam, as they were treated, all this was treated as an ill omen. It was not treated well. So the nimittas and the shakunas were not good. Durnimittam, dushakunam, all this was seen. Utpataganam, vitenuhu, manaha prayatum anyatra. So they all decided, they all came as a group together and said, we have to move somewhere else. So they all decided, this is not the place. Gokulam is not the place for us to stay. Just imagine one entire village doing all this for the sake of Krishna. See, have you ever heard of an entire village moving for the sake of one person? See, they may say there is no water, all of them will suffer from water shortage. Because there is no water, they will move to another village. They will find that the ruling monarch is not being very kind, he is being very unkind, levies many taxes, high taxes from the people of that village. So all the people will feel the pinch and they will all leave. They will suddenly find there is forest fire in this entire region. It is not safe for all of us to live, so they will move. So they will see a collective reason. But what is a collective reason? One boy is being affected. The 2 trees fell in his house, not anybody else's house. The lady who had come to kill him, not anybody else. So in that case, but they all decided that this is not a place because they loved Krishna so much. Vitenuhu manaha prayatum anyatra. So they decided that we will not stay here, we will go to another place. तत्रोपनन्दाभिधगोपवर्यो जगौ भवत्प्रेरणयैव नूनम् इतः प्रतीच्यां विपिनं मनोज्ञं वृन्दावनं नाम विराजतीति. तत्र उपनन्दाभिध गोपवर्यः, amongst them was a leading gopa called Upananda. This Upanandabhidha Gopavaryaha, that leading Gopa, Noonam Bhavat Preranaya Eva Jagav, certainly due to your prompting alone. Bhattatri looks at Krishna of Guruvayur and says, it is because of your prompting alone that he did this. Bhavat Preranaya Eva Jagav, certainly due to your own prompting alone. Iti Pratichyam Itaha. To the west of here. So Upananda came forward and said, see, we all have the same concerns. We are worried about Krishna and his safety. We don't know why all this took place with Krishna. So he suggests, Iti pratichyam itaha. West of this place, from the place Gokulam where we are staying, west of this, pratichyam itaha, virajati manognyam vipinam, is a splendid forest. Vrindavanam nama. It is called by the name Vrindavanam. Again, in Bengali, and the allied languages of the east of India, the aksharam, the letter va doesn't exist. So va will be replaced with ba. Chakravarti, Chakraborti. Vidya, Vidya. Vangadesham, Bangadesham. So va, ba. Vrindavanam, Vrindavanam. So this Brinda Shabdam is not used in Prachina Granthams. It is Vrindavanam. Vrinda in Sanskritam is a type of a thorn. So it is called Nerinji Mul in Tamil. So Vande Vrindavanacharam, says Vedanta Deshika, Mandam Madhura Ninadair Venuma Purayantam, Vrindam Vrindavanu Bhuvi Gavam Charayantam Charantam. So initially it was a thorn. But as you keep walking over thorn-like structures, or probably not exactly that which will prick and cause blood to come, not very soft. But as we keep trotting on it, walking over it, even such hard structures become soft over a period of time. So it is called Vrindavanam, because some people assume the original name itself is Vrindavanam. They will put the word Brinda as Tulasi and then they will say it is Tulasi Vanam. Tulasi grew there, because when Krishna goes there will be Tulasi. But Vrindavanam is called for this reason. So Vrindavanam Nama. So they all went to this place under Upananda's advice to a place called as Vrindavanam. Brihadvanam tat khalunanda mukhya vidhaya goshtina mathakshanena Tvadanvita tvajjanani nivishta garishthayananugata vicheluhu. Atha khalu nanda mukhyaha. Those gopas led by Nandagopa, kshanena, that very moment, in great delight. So they all stopped the other activities. So they said, for Krishna we will do. They stopped all other activities. Vidhaya tad brihadvanam. So they left this place called Gokulam. Gokulam was called by the name Brihadvanam, to another place suggested by Upananda called Vrindavanam. So they left Brihadvanam to Vrindavanam. Brihat means huge. It was a big place. Brihadvanam, Gokulam to Vrindavanam. Vidhaya tad Brihadvanam. Goshtinam Vicheluhu. So they left. And Vicheluhu, they had to go to, they left this place in such a way. So they all lock, stock and barrel, they left this place, right? So how did this place look? It looked like Gaushtinam. Gaushtinam is a cow pen, where cows are generally reared, they are kept. So when this place was left, the remains, the dung and all of that was placed. So it was left as a place having a deserted look. Gaushtinam Vicheluhu. Gaushtinam atakshanena, says Bhattatri, right? Vicheluhu. Tvadanvita tvajjanani nivishta garishtha yana anugataha. They all started following the cart. where in that particular cart you were seated with your mother Yashoda. So that cart was carrying Yashoda and you. People started following that particular cart. How did they engage themselves on the way? Bhattatri says, Ano manogya dhvani dhenu pali kurah pranadantarato vadhubihi bhavad vinodala pitaksharaणि prapiyana nagyayata margadhairyam prapiya, having drunk, having enjoyed, having relished. What did they prapiya? What did they enjoy? Ano, manogya, dhvani, dhenupali, kura pranadantarataha. Kura pranadantarataha. Kura prananam. Kura means the hoof. The cows and the calves have hoof, right? So they will keep that hoof. So that will give a sound. Chak, chak, chak. So there is a sound of the hoof. Kura pranadantarataha. So these are the cows that are giving that sound. Dhenupali, so that there is always the people who are carrying those rods with those bells attached. So as they walk, ching, 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 that sound keeps coming with the hooves. Ano manognya dhvani. Then there is a moving of the carts, because the carts have to move, the wheels keep moving, there is a sound. The wheels sound. The bells attached to the rods which the gopas are carrying, then the sound of the hoofs. So all these sounds coming in different intervals. Imagine it's like a symphony, all of them coming together. Bhavad vinodala pitaksharani. Bhavad vinodala pitaksharani. That's that sound. So Lapitaksharani, see the little boy and the other boys, as they were talking, that prattle, that sound of that little boys, now you'll have to couple that with that. I told you, right, it's a symphony. So there is a cart sound, there is a bell sound, and then there is the sound of the hoos, and now the sound of the boys. Then, Margadaidyamna Ajnayata. See, it's a very beautiful thing. So he says, with this sound coming, all this coming as a symphony, people were so much engrossed and engaged that they didn't realize that they were walking a distance from Brihadvanam Gokulam to Vrindavanam. Margadaidyamna Ajnayata Vadhubihi, because of the Gopikastris. So the Gopikastris didn't feel the pain at all, because there was so much of nice symphony, that sound of Krishna, his friends talking together, that was coming. So this is how it is. So when you have problems in our lives, when we listen to Krishna Charitram, we are so engrossed in it, we will not even realize the pain of that. Nirikshya vrindavanamishanandat prasuna kunda pramukadrumaugham amodata shadvala sandra lakshmya harinmani kuttima pushta shobham. Hey Isha, tvam amodathaha, you rejoiced. Nirikshya Vrindavanam, on seeing that Vrindavanam. Nandat Prasuna Kunda Pramuka Drumaugham. You have a vast expanse of the Kunda trees and flowering creepers like the jasmine. So, with jasmine coming from all sides, then the Kunda trees. Harinmani Kuttima Pushta Shobham. Now it looked, see, you'll have to imagine the green trees, their leaves falling, jasmine falling on the ground. So how will it look? If you keep the green as the base, then the jasmine will appear like the fresh stars. Now if you keep the white jasmines as the base and then the green leaves on the top, then it will look like emeralds. So he says, Harinmani Kuttima Pushta Shobham. So on one angle, when the jasmines appear at the top, it gives a view. On the other hand, when the green leaves appear at the top, it gives you a view of the emeralds. Shadvala Sandra Lakshmya, with richness and lustiness, that lust green that is attached everywhere. It looks so rich. The flora and the fauna of Vrindavanam, Bhattatri, and of course Vedanta Deshika and Yadavabhyudayam go on to keep on describing what beauty they were able to see. Shadvala Sandra Lakshmya, there was only prosperity all around. In this prosperous region of Vrindavanam, what happened next? All that in the next episode. Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshika Daya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, And 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes. And the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण